or I eat every third day, or I'm eating one meal a day, or the bare minimum food.
It can't be just me who thinks they need to go get a second, third, or fourth job to just be able to afford groceries. Everything is so expensive right now, and I don't understand how people aren't talking about it. We don't make enough money. Collectively, we do not make enough money.
Have you ever had that moment at the grocery store checkout? You see the total and you just feel a knot in your stomach? It's a feeling millions of Americans are experiencing right now. The numbers on the price tags keep going up, but for many, their paychecks aren't. Today, we're not just going to talk about abstract economic data. We're going to listen to real people, in their own words, about how the rising cost of living is impacting their lives in a very real, very personal way.
A few days ago, I did a post about what I'm doing to try to reduce the costs in my home, and I asked people what they were doing, partly because I thought it would help us share ideas with one another. But the amount of comments on that post where people are saying, I feed my children and I don't eat, or I eat every third day, or I'm eating one meal a day, or the bare minimum food.
This is where the conversation gets incredibly serious and heartbreaking. It's one thing to be shocked by the price of chips. It's a completely different and devastating reality when parents are intentionally skipping meals just so their children can eat. The person who posted this was right. It's a quiet crisis happening in homes all across the country. Food insecurity isn't just a problem somewhere else, it's here. These are not just statistics, they are neighbors, coworkers, and community members making impossible decisions. The fact that in a country with so much wealth, there are parents going hungry to feed their kids should be a massive wake-up call for everyone. It shows that the economic pressures we're facing aren't just an inconvenience. For a growing number of people, they are a threat to their basic survival.
Everything is so expensive right now, and I don't understand how people aren't talking about it. We don't make enough money. Collectively, we do not make enough money. The price of things are not keeping up with how much we're getting paid. And it's infuriating to me for people to say that people just need to work harder, people need to get different specialized degrees, people need to start their own businesses. That's not the answer. The answer is that billionaires are hoarding wealth. And this system is set up to fail. And I'm just infuriated by it. I can't get ahead. Every month I try to get ahead and I can't get ahead.
Wow, you can just feel the frustration and the exhaustion in that person's voice. This is the core of the issue. It's not about someone mismanaging their money. It's about a system where people feel like they're playing a game they can't win. No matter how hard they work, the goalposts keep moving further away. That feeling of being unable to get ahead is incredibly stressful. And as we're about to hear, it often starts in the grocery aisle.
Have you been to the grocery store? Oh my gosh. I don't know. I go just about every day. And I'm in shock because everything seems to have gotten more expensive, except for the price of eggs have come down. But everything else is crazy. I mean, since when did chips become $8? $8 for, I looked at the Dorito, I went, $8 for Doritos? Who's doing that, by the way? Yeah, I have no interest in buying chips right now. Chips are basically the same price per pound as steak. When did that happen? But it just seems to be endless. And now you go and you take a $100 bill and it buys nothing. A $100 bill? Oh my God, I can remember when I could come home with the whole thing of groceries for $100. Right now, for $100?
Okay, so we go from that feeling of general despair to a very specific and honestly relatable example, $8 Doritos. It might sound funny at first, but it's a perfect symbol of what's happening. When a simple snack food costs as much per pound as some cuts of meat, you know something is off. This is what economists call sticker shock, and it's happening everywhere. It's not just one or two items, it's the coffee, the bread, the chips, the cereal. Each small increase adds up, and as this person said, that $100 bill that used to fill your cart now barely covers the basics. This consistent shock at the store is what chips away at your sense of financial security, and for some, it leads to truly devastating choices.
It can't be just me who thinks they need to go get a second, third, or fourth job to just be able to afford groceries. I have to buy groceries every 2 weeks. No matter how much I try to cut back, it's still $500-600, and I'm drowning. It is so stressful. My kids have to eat, my bills have to be paid. Man, I just wish something would give.
And there's the logical next step in this crisis. When your paycheck doesn't cover the basics, what do? As this person says, you consider getting a second, third, or even fourth job. This isn't about ambition or getting rich. This is purely about survival. It's about affording groceries. The mental and physical toll of this is immense. That feeling of drowning is real. You're working more hours than ever, you're exhausted, and yet you're still just trying to keep your head above water. This is the reality of wage stagnation combined with high inflation. People are being squeezed from both ends, and as we're about to see, they are definitely paying attention to the prices when they shop.
Have you guys been to the grocery store lately? Look at that. $7.49 a pound. Do you know that is more than the minimum wage for hamburger meat? Get the cheap one, $6.29 a pound, $6.99. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this for steak, $9.49, and this is flank. $5 for a bag of cookies. Look at that. $6.99 for chips. Look at that. You know what I'm noticing as well? Is everyone is looking at the prices. They're moving the tag and looking at the prices. There's people here just picking up like their one meal after work. What happened to lower groceries on day one? What happened to America first? Because so far, by my count, not only has he not done anything for America, lowering prices, he has raised taxes, raised the national debt, caused so much grief, and now you have tariffs.
This is such a powerful visual. A regular person walking through a regular grocery store showing us prices that are higher than the federal minimum wage. It makes the problem undeniable. When you see $7.49 for a pound of ground beef, it puts everything into perspective. And notice that key observation. Everyone is looking at the prices. This isn't just one person's struggle, it's a collective experience. People are more price conscious than ever because they have to be. This also highlights the massive disconnect between what people experience daily and what they might hear from politicians or in economic reports. For most people, the economy isn't the stock market or GDP numbers, it's the price of hamburger meat and a bag of cookies. And right now, that price is telling them things are not okay.
Well, people are complaining that the prices in grocery store have gone up, and our president is saying that prices went down. I'm a nerd, okay? Call me a nerd. I have receipts from June 2024 right through today. So we're gonna go grocery shopping and we're gonna do some price comparison, and I'm gonna show you how more expensive your groceries really are. I live in Howell, New Jersey, which is a suburban neighborhood. You know, not anything fancy. I'm in ShopRite. I'm not at Trader Joe's. I'm not at Whole Foods. I'm at ShopRite. We buy the same thing every single week, okay? Let's go shopping. Coffee is one of the biggest I've seen increases. Okay, now here on my receipt, we buy 8 o'clock coffee. I circled it because I used it one other time. Sorry for the blurriness. $9.99. You see that? $9.99. See it now? $17.99 in less than a year. Less than a year. $17.99, $9.99. So it is doubled in price. Coffee is insane, and this is not even a fancy brand like Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts. Let's keep going.
I love this. I'm a nerd. I have receipts. This is citizen journalism at its finest, and it perfectly illustrates the gap between official narratives and lived reality. An $8 increase on a bag of coffee in less than a year is not a small change. That's a 100% price hike on a household staple. This is why so many people are skeptical when they hear that inflation is cooling down. The official inflation rate, the CPI, is a broad average of thousands of goods and services. But you don't live in an average. You live in your own personal economy with your own grocery list. And as this person proved with her receipts, the prices of the specific things she buys every week have, in some cases, doubled. This is the evidence that matters most to families trying to balance a budget. So, what do we take away from all of this? We heard the raw frustration of feeling trapped, the sticker shock over something as simple as a bag of chips, and the devastating reality of parents skipping meals. We saw people contemplating more jobs just to afford food, and others literally bringing receipts to the store to prove how much things have changed. This isn't a political debate, it's a human issue. These clips show that for millions of Americans, the economy feels broken. The rising cost of living isn't just an inconvenience, it's a source of constant stress, anxiety, and in the worst cases, hunger. The first person we heard from said she wanted people to know they aren't alone, and that's the most important message today. If you're feeling this squeeze, you are not alone. I want to hear from you. What's the one grocery item that shocked you the most with its price increase? Let us know in the comments below. Let's keep this conversation going. Thanks for watching.